Good morning. It's Monday. Sorry we didn't have any book talks last week. I was out last Monday. But since it's been a little bit longer, I actually have books to talk about. Woo! I have 3 books that I've read since the last book talk. One of them was on my phone through Reads. It's actually been a really long time since I read a book on my phone, but I do enjoy it because, I already have this with me and I can just pull it out and read whenever and wherever. And especially when you're reading in bed, you're not going to drop it on your face or I mean you might, but it's a little easier to navigate when you're laying down. But anyway, Recursion by Blake Crouch. It's technically written for adults, but I don't see why any of you guys would not be interested if you like sci-fi, if you like time travel, multiverse sort of thing. It's not really that, but it's kind of hard to explain. Premise of the book is that one of the main characters, has invented this technology. She was trying to help her mother, who was developing Alzheimer's. Okay, she was going to map memories and then restore them. Okay, so basically they would have you recount a really strong memory and they would put it in a computer program, and then you would be able to get into this other thing, and they would be able to not just like have you basically relive that experience. But it doesn't quite turn out to be that simple, okay? I don't want to give away too much of the book, but like I said, if you're interested in ideas like multiverses, time travel, memory restoration, really good kind of not hard sciencey sci-fi, but a lot of scientific concepts and stuff they talk about, and it gets a little confusing at points, but I felt like it was worth the read. So if you're interested, I don't have it here, but you can check it out from TN Reads. Read it on your phone or your computer. All right, another book that I read, Aurora Burning. And normally I would have just blazed through this book, but something's going on with my brain this year, and it's just I'm not reading things as quickly. I'm way behind on my goal for the year. But Aurora Burning is the sequel to Aurora Rising, and there will be a 3rd book, and I'm sad that I have to wait for it. But anyway, it's set in space and it involves all the characters from the 1st book. I don't want to tell you too much about the 2nd book because then it would spoil the 1st book for you. So if you've not read any of the books in this series, come and check it out. Like I said, if you like things like Firefly, if you like teenagers in space, like Space Academy sort of stuff, but there's a whole lot more going on. I'm explaining it terribly. Anyways, Teenagers in Space. Check it out. And then this last one, Sidescrollers. I bought this because I saw it on a list for people who like Scott Pilgrim, okay? And Scott Pilgrim, developing things like Scott Pilgrim has been a super big problem for him because there's not really anything like Scott Pilgrim. This is not really that much like Scott Pilgrim. I mean, they're dudes, they play video games, they harass this bully guy, they run around and do stuff. There's a girl that they like, there's rock band, but it's one singular book. It's not a series. You can tell when you read it, the time period. It's very dated. There's some jokes at the beginning that I wasn't too fond of. Not super offensive, but not stuff you would say in 2020, or you shouldn't. But I mean, like, it's not horrible. But if you read all the Scott Pilgrims and you're like, I mean, you can try it. If you haven't read all the Scott Pilgrims, you should do that because it's definitely way better than the movie. There's a lot more going on. I have all of the color issues in. There are 6. I've got all of the color ones right now. So if you want to come check those out, they're here. But that's all I've got for you this week, and hopefully I'll read some books this week and be able to talk to you about them next week. If you're old enough to vote and you haven't done that yet, vote tomorrow. Do it. All right, bye.